Jalen Hurts, who joins us right now, Super Bowl MVP, by the way. And Jalen, thanks for joining us, first of all.
Thank you for having me.
All right, well, congratulations on the win. This is one of those games you had to grind it out, not a lot of passing yards, a rushing touchdown. Did you figure out a little bit more about who you are after a game like this today?
Yeah, well, the whole mentality is to play the game and play the game to win, nothing more, nothing less. And games like this kind of show you who you are and where you are with that. We knew we were going to come into the game, and the flow of it would kind of go. They would do some things on defense. They would do some things on offense, and then we would do some things on our side of the ball. But it was about responding, and I'm happy with how we responded in those key moments.
We before the game, Howie was talking about how in the Super Bowl you got just, you mollywopped them, whatever you call it, just mollywopped them. Did you expect this kind of fight from them today? Because you guys had dominated them previously.
Yeah, well, that's something in the past, and I think as a competitor, you give respect towards the game. So I know they got great competitors on that side of the ball, and I know they were going to come in hungry today, and that's something that we had upon ourselves. We can't be casual, and I think we kind of worked through some things as the game went on. But ultimately, in this league, and when you're playing against championship-level teams, it's about showing up in those big situations. And I think we did that. We had the big runs towards the end by Saquon. We had the conversion to Smitty to set us up to get us inside the 5. We had the young fella stepping in and making that pick as they were driving down the field. So, it's just playing complementary ball, playing team ball, and we're going to look back and say, we can learn from a lot, but it's always learn after a win, as you all know.
You know what I like about you and also Mahomes is that both of you guys are selfless players. You just want to win football games. You don't have to throw for 300. You could care less. You just want to win, and that's very impressive. Was there a specific message that Sirianni gave you this week, knowing you would be coming on the road in a hostile environment, playing against a team you'd already mollywopped in the Super Bowl?
Well, I think he came in and he ended the week off with the message of embracing adversity and embracing everything that comes our way. And today, what a perfect illustration of embracing adversity. Things were slow, maybe not ideal for what we would drop in our heads, but that's the game of football. It's a great team on the other side of the ball. So in the end, it's 90% how you respond, and 10% is actually what happens to you. So it's about how we respond, and I'm happy with how we responded today.
It's such a patient style of offense, which is not easy to, I think, do over 4 quarters, particularly when you're waiting for that one play where you see the blitz, it's zero blitz, you throw that ball up on back shoulder throw. It seemed like it was up in the air forever to Devontae. And it's the biggest play of the game.
When you talk about situational football, it's a matter of who wins those situations. And if you go back 2 years ago, we scored a touchdown to Smitty on the same check, same side of the field here on Monday night. And so it was something that we were preaching. I think early in the game we kind of were seeking the big play instead of letting it come to us. And in the halftime, that's exactly what we came to. I was telling the guys, just let it come to us. Just play within ourselves. And we saw something show up that we had presented to us in the past, and it was a big play in the game, just like it was the last time on Monday night.
That window of opportunity is now, right now.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, you guys had 7 tush pushes today. How are you feeling, and what did the defenders say to you at bottom of the pile?
Hell, I'm happy we converted them. Look, I'm happy we converted them. When we get in those situations, it's just a matter of executing. And I think, you got to put it on notice, too. You have the other side of the ball trying to simulate the snap count a little bit. So there are so many different things that you have to work through to execute the play. Ultimately, we did it just enough to find a way to win. That's all I care about.
Were you in on that 3rd down in the goal line, You guys scored on 4th down, but were you in on that third down? I believe you were in, too.
I wasn't in, given. It doesn't matter. We won. I don't care.
Yeah. Hey, Shannon, before we let you go, this crowd here, people talk about other teams and how they travel. This is week 2 regular season. Talk about this Eagles fan base and how they go with you.
Yeah, it's a great time to be an Eagle. I say that. And the fans, there every step of the way. We wouldn't be able to do what we do if it weren't for their support and their enthusiasm that they bring. So,
it's as unique as the tush push.
Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on.
All right, they're keeping on. They're going to continue to celebrate. You can too. Go inside the locker room and celebrate with your teammates. Thank you so much. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP and winner of the game today, wrapped up at Arrowhead from start to finish. Energy from both sides. Eagles fans, Chiefs fans, but in the end, it was the Eagles getting the win 20-17 in the Super Bowl rematch. Let's get inside the locker room of the Philadelphia Eagles, who just won. We'll get there in just a second, but first, let's check in. Just a few moments ago, Tom Rinaldi had a chance to speak with Saquon Barkley.
Alongside Saquon Barkley, every yard felt like a fight in this one, Saquon. What did it require?
Every single body. I always have fun going against this team. They're well coached. They got so much talent. You know it's going to be a dogfight. And to come in here in this environment and pull out a win, that's the only thing that matters, and we got it done.
You said one of the big missions for this group was to turn the page from the Super Bowl and write a new story. What are you learning about this group 2 weeks in?
Same thing. Tough, resilient, together. We love each other. We go out there and it shows on the field. We always got each other back, and that's what it takes to win football games, and we're going to continue to do that.
The tush push, the brotherly shove, it played an enormous role in this game. What do you guys call the play?
I can't say that, right? But all I know, going against it and now being on the same side of it, I love it. Everyone knows what's coming, and it's man on man, figure it out, and who wanted more. And it came up big for us, and we're going to continue to use it.
Great win here in Kansas City, Saquon. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, like Jalen Hurts, as soon as that interview was done, Saquon Barkley got inside the Eagles locker room, and so did our camera guy.
Way to find a way. Way to find a way, right? Take pride. Take pride in winning however we need to win, and then we go back to work again. We find a way again. We repeat again and again and again, right? It's about process. In a world, right, where everybody wants everything right away, it's about our process. It's about our work.
You know, it really was an ugly game, and I think Tom mentioned it. The 88 yards that Saquon had, every one of them was earned, and it was tough and physical. There were concerns about the heat and the weather here. They've had some bad luck down in Tampa Bay. They've struggled with that down there, and I think they handled it well. And it's one of those things where it's another kind of notch on the belt, and it's let's move forward. We've weathered the storm of heat and being on the road, and it's Super Bowl matchup, and let's move on.
They found a way to win today, and they can play this kind of ball, or they can do the other. They can go, air eagle if they want to. Great job.
I like that, air eagle.
A lot of other teams found a way to win, and that includes the Dallas Cowboys. They had in Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, getting ready for the OT presented by Ford. You okay?
I got a little caught up with the first downs that was made between the Giants and Dallas. And pretty impressive.
Well, we'll talk about that in just a second as we catch you up on the scoreboard from around the league. The Philadelphia Eagles won the game you just saw right here. Arizona, look at this. They're 2-0, knocking off the Carolina Panthers. Earlier, the Indianapolis Colts won on a field goal with no time left after a penalty. The Cowboys beat the Giants on an overtime field goal, 40-37. Detroit put up a 50-burger. Seattle picked off Aaron Rodgers 2 times in their win. The 49ers get a win in Mac Jones' first game as a starter. There's that Seattle score. Buffalo knocks off the Jets 30-10. Justin Fields knocked out of the game with a concussion as well. The Rams go to 2-0 on the young season. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Ravens knock off the Cleveland Browns with a big fourth quarter from Lamar Jackson. The Patriots knock off the Dolphins, who are now 0-2 on the year, and Cincinnati gets the win despite the fact that they lost their quarterback Joe Burrow to a toe injury. Jay Glazer will have an update on that in just a minute. But right now, let's check around with some of those victorious locker rooms, beginning with the Seahawks.
It's mob time. It's 12-1, okay? It's a relentless attitude, men, that we said we're going to come here with one mission and one mission only, and that's go home, fly across the country with a dub. All right. 2 times that we had to pin them back. I think one was at the 10, one was at the 6. They had to go on a long drive to finish it. All D-ball, but who was the finisher? Huff? Niners on 3. 1, 2, 3.
You only worry about what we can worry about, man, which is doing our own job, man. We believe in us. We're the ones who put in the work. We're the ones who make it the way we go. Somewhere around, they forgot about who we were. That's the way to get on the right track. It's a good win. It's her 100th birthday. Mrs. Ford.
I say this, you say, yeah! Here we go. Turpin Dak and a touchdown.
Yeah!
Javonte and a touchdown.
Yeah!
Miles Sanders and a touchdown.
Yeah!
Woo! Pick and Dak and a touchdown.
Yeah!
51-yard field goal.
Yeah!
44-yard field goal.
Yeah!
64-yard field goal.
Yeah!
Wait. In overtime. With the walk-off. 46
First win for Brian Schottenheimer, and what a way to do it. A little excitement there afterwards, TV.
Yeah, I like that. You know, nothing like winning in the NFL. It is so hard to do, especially for first-time coach. So congratulations, obviously, Jerry Jones and him and all the Cowboys.
All right, Gronk, Detroit put up a 50-burger today. I guess that offense, no need to worry anymore.
Yes, Ben Johnson ate a piece of humble pie today, and the Detroit Lions, his former team, showed no remorse whatsoever. I mean, Jared Goff, 5 touchdown passes. Gibbs and Montgomery each had a rushing touchdown as well, and they threw up 52 points, which was a career high last year for them as well. So the Detroit Lions are back on track, putting up points.
We do put them away quickly, don't we? We are so good at burying a team after one game.
No.
I mean, not
They
me.
They needed to make some corrections in the offensive line, and they did. And you knew they'd get back to it. Dan Campbell, the guy in the front of the room hasn't changed.
Nope.
No.
You know, people were praising Aaron Rodgers after that first game, Howie. Today, the Seattle defense put a number on him.
Yeah, Mike McDonald, I think he's really kind of changing this football team, and it looks like the Baltimore Ravens. It's kind of heading in that direction where, you know, Walker in the run game, in Jigba, Kupp came up after have a really quiet week one. Their defense held them to 17 points, beat Aaron Rodgers up, 2 interceptions. On the road in Pittsburgh, great game, and Seattle is going to be a problem.
And then, Michael, you know, Mac Jones coming in, getting the start, leading the 49ers to the victory.
Yeah, leading 49ers, 3 touchdowns, Kurt. No interception, anything like that. For the 49ers, with all the injuries, which we talked about in the pregame show, it's just right now a matter of survival until you can get these guys back. But the way he played today, you have McCaffrey out there, at least one of their stars is healthy. They just got to hold on to other guys come back. I know it's against the Saints, but it's still a professional team. Still, it was a tough game, still a tight game. But what I'm saying is they need to get these guys, their stars, back on the field as soon as possible. But a big win today to keep them going.
Talk about trying to get your stars back on the field. Jay Glazer joins us right now, and we saw Joe Burrow going into the locker room with that toe injury. What is going on?
Joe Burrow actually tried to get himself all the way back in the locker room, wasn't able to, had to get some help from the trainers there. He has turf toe, and Stray talked about earlier the 49ers injuries, talked about Brock Purdy, same thing, and a lot of people wonder, what is turf toe? It's actually damage to ligaments in that toe. Depending on the severity, will determine how long he'll be out for it. This does not look like a short-term injury at this point for Joe Burrow. All right, some other quarterbacks also. Justin Fields, he had to leave the game today for the Jets with a concussion. They have to evaluate him further to determine how long he'll be out for. And Jayden Daniels in Washington, he got an MRI on his knee on Friday. Told Washington's going to bring him tomorrow before they make a determination. Right now, he is day to day. And you saw Brian Schottenheimer going crazy there at the end. Well, he has something else to go a little crazy about, because after the game, they actually signed Jadeveon Clowney, former #1 pick of the draft, to help out with that pass rush.
Well, they've been talking about it, and now they're getting a little bit of help. Before we get out of here, how about who won the day? We'll start with you, Howie. You might want to grab your microphone.
I'm going to go with Philly's defense. On the road, this kind of a game, you got those big guys up front in the heat, in the humidity. They worked the rotation really well, and they played, I think, great through 4 quarters.
Michael?
I'm going to go with my old guy, Daniel Jones, 2-0 as a starter there in Indy. I mean, they're the first team in the Super Bowl era to not